Well, hello guys. So, there's a new bulletin board in, I was scrolling through YouTube Shorts and I saw Divinity's video about how there's new leaks for the Blox update. Didn't watch all of it, don't want spoilers, but still, there's new leaks. And then I was looking up the new update to see, is this real? Are the leaks real? Hello, random person. People have been asking me if they can help awaken my magma. I'm not gonna. Anywho, so I was looking, if it's real or not, and I saw another video, and it was talking about how there's a new bulletin board. So we're gonna check that out. As you can see here, there's a new bulletin board. So, June 26th, 2025, Blox bulletin issue number 012. So this looks like the doghouse, with the Race V3 guy. He says I'm one of Indra's sons, right? Greetings, sir, friend. Okay, well, whenever you talk to him, he says, I am one of Indra's sons. I can help you awaken your maximum potential or something. But, yeah, it says the wind lock on the top, and that said it on the bulletin. Woof, yo, bro, you want to buy a physical rocket for 97 Robux? You can trade it for that noob scientist for a special microchip. I'm not going to actually buy it, because that's just a waste of Robux. But if you go back to the bulletin, we click on it, it says, whoa, okay, this is kind of cool. So, hacked, as you can see if you follow this as kind of like a finger pointer. That's the other bulletins right there, and they spelled hacked wrong, but still, a bunch of ones and zeros everywhere. So, the Queen of Bulletin. Okay, I'm bad at saying stuff. Anywho, Frank the Queen is returned. Oh wait, these are the other fruits from the other bulletin boards. Except like I'm pretty sure if we go back to it that they didn't have the colors around them. Like as Kit said in his video, this looks like the smoke fruit. And, rubber paint, but these ones don't have the color around them. They're just kind of, silhouettes of fruits. So, I'm reading this for the first time, with you guys. So, if we read, this part, then analyzing, loading Frank, blah, 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 take control. So, basically, I kind of like how they're doing this, because, lore, quote-unquote lore, I guess. How, this is kind of like a newspaper, I'm assuming. Barrier hidden ability. Hold on, I gotta read that in a second. But... So, I like how they're adding lore. I'm assuming this is I don't know. I mean, we know there's computers and Blox fruits from the admin panel whenever he pulls out a computer. So maybe this is just a news update, in the game, because they are adding lore. Anywho, if we read this, oh my god, it's me, Queen, aka Doghouse Indra, XXX. I finally took control over blog posts. That dog Uzoth has been full hacked by me, and I blog post today. Imagine it's just an actual, hacker, and it's just, this random guy trying to act like he's, oh, video, okay, yeah. Very hidden ability by Gold Sun. So we're gonna watch this. Creation, 600 mastery. So, okay, so let's watch this, actually. Oh, this is the, car ability, that we saw in the, My plan was to look through the bulletins and, finish my sentence. But in the last video, I'm now realizing I didn't read this one, but... Fishman Karate is getting a rework, I do believe. Don't know what this is, but still. And there's, just them talking about stuff. Okay, but, the car right here, by now, don't miss the opportunity, is the same car in the video. So, let's just continue watching this. I don't know if you guys can hear me now. I'm going to speak a little bit loud because this crowd is following me. Okay, so it's kind of like the ice sea move, or not the sea move, the ice skate ability. Where you can just kind of go up walls, but this one seems to have more grip to it. You know what I mean? It seems to, you can go up walls easier and stuff. So let's just continue watching it. Okay, so it seems you can land upside down. If we look right here... Okay, yeah, it is just posted by an admin, because you can see right here, it says E. That's how much XP you need to level up. So that means you're a really high level. But if we just go back, we can continue reading. Okay, I'm not gonna try to voice this over, but really just talking about, as son of Ripindra, my ex has been waiting for this fruit to drive up walls, does for 4 years now. Now, ever since game release, I am so jealous of dev team. Oh my god, Uzoth can only beat me with admin power. Fight me like a real man. This sounds, I feel weird saying this. I mean, it's just what the bulletin says, but like, I feel so weird saying this. Anywho, after the blog post, I will study script and one day hack the game Blox use, but if you don't speak English? I guess she doesn't speak English. Maybe that's important, maybe it's not, probably not. But don't script. Okay, my new fish mechanic. Ooh, fishing. Okay, yeah, you can see Darkblade. You know, not V3. Triple Darkblade, sorry. So, go to the video here, we can watch. So this looks like fishing, kind of like how in my other video I was in the, chocolate island, sorry. You know, acting, that was being stupid. Anywho, just watch the video already. That's cool. It like tells you what fish you got. It's like fish. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. My audio doesn't work on games with, where you can voice chat. Because I use this weird thing, because phone, blah, blah, blah. Really, really, really sorry. But, so, if we go back to this. Yeah, it's like the fish mechanic. It looks like she's, frozen water, When you go to fight the Leviathan, it looks like, that with all the cold winds and the ice. Okay, so species Terra fish. I like that, how they're like, I'm assuming it's like a baby Terra shark, maybe. Kind of looks like a Terra shark. And the weight, that weight may be something. You could sell fish, that'd be kind of cool. I'm assuming you can probably cook fish up, use them in the, food thing. Maybe even potions. Doubt it, though, but maybe. And then that's the end of the video. That is the end of the video. But still, oh, sorry. Please go away. Thank you. I'm really sorry. I'm, bad at this stuff. Second video, blah, blah, blah. Not second video, but, long form, I guess. Well, blocks are long form. I'm gonna stop yapping now and read this. So, no one was worth enough to be above head mod as me. Uzoth removed my in-game power and separated me from the Discord of my fans. Oh, how you dare just wait. I don't like reading this, the grammar. Yada, yada, yada. I made a video on fishing. I spent 10 hours in the testing, discover, and everything. The secret. It reminds me of when my pops used to play ROG and fish, and me and my pops were ultimate gangsters. I'm not gonna read this. I'm just gonna read the important. Decide now here who write better bulletin, storytelling, or truth with news proof. We don't even want leaks. We just want the update already, man. As you can tell, blah, 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 blah. We just need... It's just asking, who should be writing these bulletins. This thing that didn't graduate second grade, or the admins, preferably admins. New potions coming soon by Son of Ripindra Frank. I thought that was a girl. Well, blah blah blah. Only real leaks. Yada yada yada. Let's just go to the video. Okay, so potions. Okay, yeah, fire res. I'm assuming she's a little bit high level. He, she, blah blah blah. So I'm assuming this is like a fire res potion. Res is resistant. Let's just watch the video and find out. Yeah, it really does. Okay, potion. Yeah, that looks, I like that animation. Okay, a few things to say. First of all, I love that animation. Second of all, it looks like the barista from, the last video whenever I said that you may be able to make potions from the barista. It kind of looks like the animation there with all the little puffy effects. But yeah, that's just them walking on water. I'm assuming there's going to be like a fishman potion. You know how like Shark Feed 2? It gives you, you can swim in water. guess you're also faster, but, you know, you consume water. I'm assuming there could be something like that, you know, potion of freezing, potion of acid. Like the Obsidian Rifle, what it does to you. Grr, how much flux fruit's changing too much now. Okay, what is this? Okay, that is not, if you zoom in here, that is not the dark coat. But, so inventory. Okay, so it's like a new I don't know how I feel about this. I'm so used to the old one. Okay, so just a bunch of rocket fruits. Stash, build, wardrobe, equipment. Okay, so wardrobe is either, okay, this is what I'm assuming. Wardrobe is, you know, your, accessories, but also they said that they're going to be adding, you know, just not things that are other than accessories. Don't know, but so, and then build, you could be able to like store builds. So like I use ice, god human, sometimes sanguine art, CDK, and soul guitar, and like maybe kitsune ribbon or leviathan shield, pilot helmet. It could save as one of those. That would be cool. Is this a video? This is not a video. Okay, so dark coat, not a dark coat, but, you know, stash. You do have a storage. Don't like that. Do not like you have a storage. But we can deal with it, though. It's been 2 days since my inventory on game has changed to this new look. I remember in the old days, update 1 of Blox, everything was already perfect, and now everything's changing. I do kind of not like how everything's changing, but I like it at the same time. That looks cool and all, but inventory, maybe just a little rework. Try to get back for the next bulletin. So, okay, so that was the end of it. But thank you for watching, but I will be updating you on future bulletin boards. I'm going to be trying to watch this. Again, it's really just the same stuff, but now we know a little bit more. Now they're reworking the inventory. Love that. And also how fishing works. So it's just going to be kind of like fish. So if you don't like fish anymore, because I'm pretty sure people don't like it anymore because it's like pay to win or something. I forget. I guess Blox, which is kind of pay to win, but still. Editing me. I was editing the video, adding stuff whenever I missed out a word, I would, you know, add what I actually meant to say, and like how the audio got really loud there for some reason. And I had to, you know, I couldn't really I could barely hear what I said. I was talking about how, like, it's kind of like the IC move, not the C move. Why do I keep saying the C move? The move or whatever. And how it kind of looks cool and the graphics were kind of bad because, you know, it was supposed to be a hacker, blah, blah, blah. Anywho, while I was watching the video over, making sure everything was at least okay, I just kind of, whenever I was on this part, I just kind of saw the shell rod right here. So I don't know if, you know, that's like going to be the best rod in the game or what, but, you know, we don't see like an inventory here. Like, at no point here we see an inventory. So there's a solid chance that, you know, it just goes in your inventory. Maybe you can just use it kind of like an item, you know. I know you're probably going to be having them in your inventory, though, because, you know, in the potion part, it, you know, if you actually go to the potions, it's like right here, you still don't see an inventory, but it was like in, you know, they're holding it, and they dropped it. So, you know, it just goes in your inventory kind of like next to your sword or something. Kind of like, probably, I'm assuming it's like the rod, how it's going to be, too. So, you know, oops, sorry. sorry. So, shell rods. So, there's going to be different types of rods. Love that. Really, but my goal is 100% Blox fruit, so I need to get a bunch more fragments, though, to prepare for everything. Anyway, sorry, just saw that now. But have a good day. Thank you for watching. I'll update you guys later. And anything else. Bye.